Hey guys, it's Kier. Welcome to class. Today's gentle flow is aimed at loosening up our backs, our spines, our necks, and really just finding some feel-good movements to open things up a bit. It should be really gentle and really easy, so if anything is feeling difficult or it's painful, just stop, make any adjustments that you need to make it feel better for yourself. So the big thing in today's class that we want to focus on is finding what feels good to you, what feels like it's opening your back up in a gentle and easy way. So I've got a blanket here. You can use a towel as well, but I would recommend grabbing one of those real quick so you can put me on pause if you need. And I'll show you how to fold it. So I've got my blanket like this. I folded it in half. And then I'll fold it in half again, like this. And then I'm gonna just roll it up like a hot dog. We'll use that a little bit later in class, so you can just pop it to the side for now. And one more thing I'll say before we get started is if you'd like to have music behind, it can be really nice. I recommend opening up Spotify, turning it on about half volume, and having that playing behind the video. So I'll put a recommendation for a playlist in the comments below, and you can pop that up, and whenever you're ready, we'll get started standing at the top of our mats. So when you're ready, bringing your feet hips width distance. That's about 2 fists between your feet. And then just go ahead and shut down your eyes. Feeling rooted into the ground here, letting your shoulders fall over your hips. Nice and tall stance here. We'll take a nice deep inhale through the nose, fully expanding your lungs. And on your exhale, open your mouth, big sigh. Release all of that. We'll take 2 more breaths just like that. So on your inhale, feeling your chest rise, feeling your belly pull out just a bit. And on your exhale, releasing all of that. One more deep inhale fully. And exhaling. Releasing the control of your breath, just go ahead and bring your awareness to the natural rhythm of your breath. The focus of today's class will really just be to bring awareness to your practice, to your body, to your breath. Trying our best to tune out everything that's happening off of the mat. On your next inhale, bring your arms up and overhead. Let your palms touch above you. And on your exhale, pull your hands in towards your chest, sealing your intention for today's class. Opening up your eyes, you can bring your arms out and overhead again, palms touching at the top. Maybe looking up towards your hands, pushing your hips forward a little bit. On your exhale, deep bend in your knees, we're going to fold forward over our legs. So bringing your hands as close to the ground as they'll get, but deep bend in the knees to make that happen. So we really want to glue our belly to our thighs here, hinging at your hips. You can leave your hands on the ground, or you can grab opposite elbow with opposite hand. And falling down, releasing your head and neck into Ragdoll Pose. Taking nice, long, and slow breaths here. Wherever you're finding a little stretch in your back body, try and envision that your breath is going to that area. So when you close your eyes on your inhale, bring the breath to that sore spot in your back. And exhale, try and release all the tension. As we inhale, we'll rise our backs to halfway lift. So nice long spine. Hands come towards our shins. And we're keeping our back parallel to the floor here. Really pulling your collarbones forward, bringing your shoulder blades back onto your back body. Lifting your tailbone towards the sky. And then folding all the way back down. Ragdoll pose. Letting your head and neck drop. Maybe swaying side to side, finding whatever feels good in your body today. And on your next inhale, we'll roll up slowly. So keeping that deep bend in your knees, start to slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. Your head and neck will come up last. So really exaggerating the movement here. And then when you get to the top, rising your arms up and overhead, palms touch. Pushing your hips forward, looking towards your hands. And then hands to heart center. One more, just like that. Inhaling, arms up overhead. And then deep bend in your knees, folding forward all the way to the floor, or as close as you can get. Grabbing your opposite elbow. And on your inhale, rising, halfway lift, long spine, hands to shins. Looking forward. And exhale, folding all the way down. And releasing again. We'll crawl back up again, so deep bend in your knees. And slowly keeping your chin towards your chest, rolling your spine all the way back up to stand. Inhaling, arms up. And exhale, hands to heart center. From here, we'll keep our right foot rooted into the mat. Lifting our left leg, we'll step it behind us and spin towards the left side of our mat. From here, we'll just fold forward. A nice wide-legged forward fold. So again, finding whatever feels good to you. Might feel good to crawl your fingertips out in front of you. Extending your spine nice and long here. Gazing back between your legs. And then slowly coming back up to center. Spinning back towards the front of the mat, but keeping your feet in the same position. So we'll spin off of our back heel. So on our back toes, in this, we'll come into a high lunge position. All right. From here, rise your arms up. And then cactus them out towards the side. So pulling your elbows down towards your hips. As you do that, try and pull your chest through your arms. So a slight back bend here. But we're really engaging through our legs to pull our lower core tight to avoid any stress on the lower back. So it's just a subtle upper back stretch. If you want to go a little deeper, you can bring your hands behind you to clasp and pull your hands back towards your back heel. Again, keeping your chest lifting towards the sky, pulling it through your arms, sinking deep into your right leg. Kicking your left heel towards the back of the mat. And then rising up and out of this, bring your hands to your hips and step your back foot forward just a little bit so that you can bring your heel down and stand nice and tall with your hips facing towards the front of the mat. From here, we'll start to fold over our front leg. So go as far as you can, keeping your legs straight. And when you can't go any further, just stop there. Maybe bringing your hands to your shin, to the floor, whatever you can reach. But keeping your spine nice and long here. Just getting into our legs a little bit, stretching through the back of our legs. And then bending into your front knee, we'll just step our left leg forward, back to standing. Inhale, bringing your arms up and overhead, pushing your hips forward, looking up. And exhale, hands to heart center. This time we'll step our right foot back and spin towards the right side of your mat, all 10 toes towards the right side. Folding over again into wide-legged forward fold. Maybe crawling your fingertips out. Maybe twisting here if a twist feels accessible to you. If you're coming with me, bring your right hand under your face and rise your left arm up, up, up towards the sky, looking up towards your hand and keeping your hips squared, so keeping them in the same position that they were when we were not twisted. Then switching sides if you're with me in the twist. Left hand underneath your face. Right arm crawls all the way up towards the ceiling, twisting from the left hand, keeping your hips nice and stable. And then releasing both hands and finding your way all the way back up to stand. Spinning back towards the front of the mat, coming off of your back heel and sinking your left knee down into a high lunge. Again, from here, rise your arms up and then cactus them out towards the side, pulling your elbows towards your hips, pulling your chest through. Maybe clasping your hands behind you. If you're doing that, do the opposite thumb on top. So whatever grip feels funky, do that. Pulling your hands back towards the back of the mat, kicking through your back right leg, and sinking deeper through your front left leg. Stabilizing through your core. And then releasing hands to hips and step forward. Bringing your arms up on your inhale, pushing your hips forward, looking up. And exhale, fold all the way down. Forward fold. From here, plant your hands right by your feet. And we'll step all the way back into a plank pose. Dropping your knees here, and then drop your hips down. We'll come all the way onto our bellies. From here, bring your fingertips outside of your mat. So about 10 and 2 on a clock. And we'll push into our fingertips as we roll our spine up, keeping our hips planted. Head and neck come up last. And then rolling all the way back down, reversing that action. Letting your forehead find the mat. And then again, rolling up, pushing into your fingertips. One vertebrae at a time comes up, pulling your collarbones through. And then releasing back down. One more time, just like that. On your inhale, rise. And on your exhale, sink back down. From here, go ahead and plant your forearms down in front of you. We'll find Sphinx Pose. So forearms are down there about shoulder width distance. Hips are rooted into the mat. And from here, what we're going to try and do is isometrically activate our arms. So basically push your forearms down and try and pull your elbows back towards your hips as you pull your chest through. You can turn on your glutes a little bit here to protect your lower back. But a lot of the action is actually coming from your arms isometrically pulling your chest through. Keeping your head and neck lifted here, looking out in front of you. Nice long deep breaths. And then coming out of that, planting your hands right by your chest, pushing into your hands and rolling over your knees. We'll come on to our backs here. So crawling your knees forward and then spinning your feet out in front of you. From here, we'll go ahead and find bridge pose. So letting your back fall onto the mat, bring your heels in close to your butt. Try and feel your Achilles tendons, the backs of your heels with your fingertips. And then pushing your heels into the mat will rise our hips up towards the ceiling. And then release them back down. Again, pushing into the mat, rising up. And then calming back down. Rising up. And then down. 2 more just like that, pushing to rise. And then sinking down. Last one, inhale, rise. Exhale, fall. Curl your knees in towards your chest from here. So grab your shins and bring your knees into your chest. Start to roll around on your lower back a little bit. Hopefully feels good, feels a little open. Switching direction with your rolls. And we'll take a supine twist from here. So take your left hand to the outside of your right leg and just gently pull both knees over towards the left. Letting your right arm open out towards the right. You can bring your gaze over your right hand. So gentle twist here. Not pulling too hard on your knees, just kind of letting them softly fall with gravity. You can close down your eyes. Start to bring a deeper breath into this space. And then switching sides, coming back towards center, rolling around again on your lower back just a bit. And then right hand comes outside of the left leg. Pull both knees over towards the right. And you can open your left arm out towards the left. Gaze over your left fingertips. Closing down your eyes, bringing nice deep inhales and exhales. Bring your knees back to center. We'll roll up so as gracefully as you can. Grab your blanket And we'll put it this way, sideways on the mat. So I don't know how to describe that. Across the mat. We're gonna pop our shoulder blades on top of the blanket and then roll our head back over. So just a little upper back opening here. So just kind of play around with what feels good. Maybe a little under the shoulder blades. Wherever you are though, just take some deep inhales to really invite this space to open up. Your hands can be wherever. They can be overhead, interlacing or clasping your elbows. They can be out towards the sides. But just feeling an opening in your upper back here. You can keep your knees bent or you can extend them out in front of you. Again, bringing your awareness back to your breath, keeping your eyes closed down. Try to invite a calm energy. Just a few more breaths here. Really take advantage of this space. Give yourself a little gratitude for finding your way onto your mat today. And when you're ready, slowly rolling all the way up. And we'll end today's class by bringing our blanket long ways on the mat. Lining it up just with your tailbone here. And then just rolling your spine all the way down onto the blanket, letting your head fall off at the end. Maybe extending your legs. Maybe bringing your hands down by your sides. Closing down your eyes. Really feeling rooted into the floor, into the blanket, the towel. Feeling at ease. Taking longer, slower breaths. And staying in this space for as long as you'd like. I'm going to leave you here. Hopefully you enjoyed today's gentle flow and hopefully your back is feeling a little bit more open. Namaste.